So what is up, people on the interwebs? I hope you are having an amazing day, and we are back with another animation video, and you guys were really excited about these videos as you gave me some amazing feedback in my last video, and a lot of you have been asking for another animation video about why my art teachers are rubbish, and I'm here to provide, as that is what we are talking about today. And this one is very fitting for what is coming up in the next few days, or even today by the time I hopefully get this video out, and that is Mother's Day. And yes, before some of you go, but Kereshti, Mother's Day is in May, not March. Well, that might be true in your country, but in England, Mother's Day is in March, so yeah. But anyway, this tale I'm about to tell you on why my art teachers are rubbish is also a very inspirational story for why my mum is amazing, and just fits with the theme of Mother's Day in general and why we need to appreciate our mums. So anyway guys, sit back, relax, and listen to my tale on why my art teachers were rubbish, and also why my mum was amazing in this true event. So my tale begins with me at the age of 14 and my art teachers offering an optional field trip where any student who was at the school studying art could go on this field trip. This field trip was an exhibition to a yearly clothes show event. Now, this was a pretty cool field trip, as I've been a few times in the past, and it's a great place to go get some good deals on beauty cosmetics and clothes, as a lot of the big brands come to this exhibition to get rid of some of the last season items so they can get ready for the new season. And if you know me, I am a big fan of nail polish, and a lot of the big nail polish brands come to this place, so I become very poor after each convention as I spend most of my money on these booths. And there would also be a catwalk showing some fashion trends going on in the world. But can we just take a minute to talk about fashion, and especially a fashion catwalk show, where your first thought of one of these catwalks is obviously people showing off some of the latest fashion trends, and these kind of clothes will be in shops in the next couple of months. But then if you really think about it, it's never the case at all. Usually the type of clothes they're walking down on the catwalk are unusual abstract clothing items that you'd never really wear on a regular day-to-day. Sure, if you think about it in an art form, it's very creative and initiative, but when will you really wear these types of outfits in public? I mean, just look at these pictures. Some of the clothes these girls are wearing are so crazy. Who wouldn't want to wear these items in public? Can you imagine if people did wear these type of clothes in public? I can just imagine some of the different scenarios that would play out. What are you wearing, Becky? Clearly you haven't heard of fashion, Stacey. My god, she's right. But fashion's crazy if you really think about it. Okay, enough sidetracking on fashion and crazy clothing. Let's get back to the main tale of the story. So this convention was being offered as an optional field trip, as I was like, hell yeah, I want to go on this field trip. So I put my name on the list, paid the teacher £30 for this trip, as this is one of the big reasons why it was optional, as you'd actually have to put your own money up front if you wanted to go to pay for the ticket. I paid for the ticket, my name was on the list, and I was getting excited for the day to finally arrive for this field trip. Eventually, the day arrives, me and all of my friends are getting excited to go on this field trip. We all jump on the bus ready to go, but this is when it starts to go downhill. Everybody jumps on the bus, and then there are these two girls standing outside of the bus, as there is no more space to fit these two girls on the bus. And the teacher is starting to look around thinking, why there is not enough space on the bus for these two girls to fit. And then they decide to do a roll call to see if everyone was here, and try to kind of understand why there wasn't enough space on the bus for these two girls. As he's going down the list, my name and my friend Lucy's name does not appear on the list, and the teachers say to us that we need to jump off the bus and say at school, as you two are not coming on the field trip, as you are not on my list. And I remember I had a little argument with the teachers saying I paid you £30, and remember writing my name on the list, and he replied to me, nope, I don't remember that you paid me and that you wrote your name on the list. So off the bus you get. So me and Lucy get kicked off the bus and they leave straight after abandoning us at school. So you guys may be noticing there's a bit of a trend with these art teachers leaving children behind. So once being abandoned, I wish I can say to you guys that I kicked down the door of the headmaster's office and gave him a piece of my mind and explained to him what happened. But I was a bit of an emotional mess and I went to the girls' bathroom to cry. But can you really blame a 14-year-old Kirsty, as I just remember feeling so embarrassed and mortified for what just happened, and also I was in this kind of dumbfound state of, did that really just happen? So whilst in this emotional state, I phoned my mum, telling her what happened. And my mum is definitely a mother bear, so if anything happens to her cubs, she will go crazy. So for one of her cubs on the other end of this phone line, crying and telling her that her teacher has abandoned her at school after paying £50 for this field trip, she went into full mother bear mode. So she left work, drove down to the school and kicked down the headmaster's school door and ranted and shouted at him for what these other teachers have done. I'm pretty sure my school was scared of my mum, as she would only come in when shit hit the fan. And even the headmaster was pretty shocked that these art teachers did this. The headmaster said to my mum that the art teacher didn't even tell the headmaster that they left me and Lucy behind. They just left us and went onto this field trip, as the headmaster even had a copy of the sheet he was going, and mine and Lucy's name was on the list, and that if the art teachers went to the headmaster and explained that the bus was too small to fit everyone, they could have sorted out more transport, as they even had a bigger bus at the school that would have fitted everybody on. So he was pretty livid as well for what had happened. Once my mum had finished arguing with the headmaster, she grabs me and Lucy and says, "Come on." And both of us are kind of looking at each other thinking, well, where are we going? And my mum replies, "You're going to this clothes show event." So my mum drives us all the way to the clothes show exhibition, which my add was in Birmingham. So for my school to Birmingham was about a 3-hour journey. And here's the cherry on top. She got the school to pay for everything, the petrol money to take us there and the money to buy 3 extra tickets for this show. And overall, we had a pretty good day there. My mum got a pretty good result where she got to bunk off work and go to a fashion exhibition for free. But not going to lie, while we were wandering around, she was keeping an eye out for my art teachers, as she was ready for an argument, but we never found them. And I wouldn't be surprised that art teachers heard from all the other teachers back at school that my mum was on the hunt for them, and that when they returned back to school, it wasn't going to be a nice, happy reunion for them, as they got into a lot of trouble for doing this. As I remember in assembly the next day, the art teachers had to publicly apologise to us, and they gave us loads of free art supplies to apologise for their mistake. I wouldn't even be surprised if the extra money for the petrol and tickets for us would have had to come out of their paychecks. But there you guys have it. There is another reason for why my art teachers were rubbish. Even to this day, I've still never really forgiven them for what they have done to us, as they knew that we were on the list and they still took our money, and I bet they didn't even feel any regret or sympathy for what they did to us. Plus, it was just awkward for the rest of the year, still having to be taught by these idiots who can't even solve simple problems, such as having too many kids and not enough transport. And when these events happen, you do really have to question their integrity on being a teacher and wanting to help children grow. If you want my honest opinion, all my art teachers, apart from one, shouldn't have been teachers in the first place, as none of them really had the passion to help children grow as a person, or even just to inspire them to have some form of a creative career, as these teachers are the first kind of contact to any kind of creative career for these children in the future, and they just kind of damn right destroyed it. If there's any moral to this story, it's just to appreciate your mums, or even your fathers, grandparents, legal guardians, or just the people in your life who have been there for you when you have fallen down. And these are the people we need to appreciate the most in our lives for sure. As all I can say from this event is thank you, Mum, for taking me and Lucy to the clothes show. It was an incredible thing for you to do, especially that you had to take a day off work for it, and you're just an amazing person to do that. And I know I should say this more often, but I really appreciate you very much for all the things you have done for me and in the past, and I love you to the moon and back, and I hope you had an amazing Mother's Day. But anyway guys, this was another tale on why my art teachers were rubbish. I've still got a good 2 to 3 more stories I can tell about my art teachers, but I shall do that a bit later as I want to work on a few other animation videos with different tales. But go tell the people who you treasure the most in life that you love them. And if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. And if you have any tales about rubbish teachers, or even something your mum has done for you in the past, let me know in the comments. But anyway guys, keep being awesome, keep being amazing, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!